Goeiemiddag, dis jou goedvoel ontbytprogram Expresso hier op SABC3 en aangesien ons Waterweek vier het ons 'n baie interessante feit vir jou dat 75% of the Earth's surface is water.
Yeah, such an incredibly important resource to life sustenance here on our planet. Now, with dams in the Western Cape dipping to under 20%, wow, 20%, shocking stuff, it is essential that we really start saving and appreciating this very, very important resource. So Graham made his way up to Table Mountain to see where the journey of our drinking water begins.
Table Mountain isn't just a world-famous landmark that has tourists flocking from across the globe, or just a national park, part of a beautiful conservancy. It is, in fact, a vital water resource that is supplying the mother city.
It may come as a surprise to learn there are 5 dams dotted along the top of Table Mountain, and collectively they contribute around 5% of the city's water supply.
This dam, a marvel of engineering, was built around the turn of the century to address a water shortage in an ever-expanding city at the base of the mountain. Sounds very similar to a situation we are still experiencing today, over 100 years later.
The reservoirs on Table Mountain are a unique water source which are well protected because they are located inside a national park.
Lumka, now that I'm up here, standing on the top of a mountain, I'm in awe of what it would have taken to build these dams up here, to get the materials and the workforce up here. What about this situation makes it ideal for a water source?
The mountains in South Africa is highland where we get the most rainfall. It is an obvious place to build a dam, and we call these areas water source areas. And these areas are critical for South Africa's water security. That is why WWF is focused on a program of work that ensures these areas are well looked after. And Cape Town is lucky to have a mountain and a water source area right on its doorstep, because most of our cities and towns are supplied by water that travels hundreds of kilometers from distant water source areas.
When we consider that we're in the grips of the worst drought that we've had in 30 years, how dire is the situation? Give us the bigger picture.
South Africa was long time overdue for drought. Scientific models shows us that as the climate changes, the droughts will be more frequent and more severe, especially in the Western Cape and Northern Cape.
The Western Cape is currently enforcing the highest level of water restrictions, and there's been a strong drive to increase water awareness for both households and businesses.
The person at the end of the tap, as we call it, the person who receives that good quality drinking water, which is at Blue Drop standard, which means that it's gone through a stringent set of processes and criteria, that person has a major responsibility. When we say water is life, that is what we mean. And that water supply is supplied in the city indiscriminately because we have a very integrated system.
Do you have any practical tips or advice, things that we can do in our own homes, in our communities to address the situation?
As a consumer, I have a major responsibility. Every drop counts. So we need to look at practices in and around the house. Washing machines. Rinse water from the one cycle can become wash water for the next cycle. You can even use that water to wash your car. You can do a number of things. Use it for your toilets flushing. Install a grey water system. If we don't have, all the financial means, a normal rudimentary system will assist you, But all of those things will assist in terms of pushing back that drinking water requirement for areas where it's not required. The days of once-through processes are gone. The day of having water as a luxury are gone. When we do it out of responsibility and out of appreciation, not because we were told so. We do it out of our free will, and our children, our friends and colleagues, whoever we interact with, they can do, follow suit, they can do likewise.
Unfortunately, the time has come to prepare for a water-scarce future, and we all have to play our role in conserving and protecting our precious water supply.
Over 100 years ago, Cape Town faced massive water shortages. These dams, an exercise in collaboration, provided the solution. Now, on beautifully protected ground, they stand testament, yes, to our innovation, but also proof that South Africans can and will rise to any challenge.
Well, I think just watching that makes you realize how every single drop is so precious to us. And yes, you can do your part too in saving it.
That's right. Just by swiping your Woolworths Linked or My School card, you will be contributing to the donation of much-needed rainwater tanks to under-resourced schools here in the Western Cape.
Yeah, so go ahead and sign up and get swiping today.